Hello bookworms! Today I'm here with the Extraordinary Means book tag. I was tagged by Christina Horner, and the original tag is created by the author of the book Extraordinary Means, so I will link down below to Christina's channel and to the author's original tag video, and I'll just go ahead and get into it. Extraordinary Means is basically saying that you'll go to extreme lengths for any of the questions that I will soon be reading from my phone. I'm going to go ahead and set a rule for myself right now that I'm not allowed to choose Harry Potter for any of these answers, because Harry Potter would be my answer for all of the questions, because I am incredibly predictable and I don't want to bore the socks off of you guys. So I'm going to not choose anything Harry Potter, even though that is what I would go to very Extraordinary Means for. Our first question is, I would give up the internet for a month for a signed first edition of this book. For me, this would have to be Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. I think it would just be so incredible to have something like that as a part of your library. I would never read it. I would just look at it and admire it and read my other copies that I have, because something like that is precious and would just be handed down in my family generation after generation. And if one of my future descendants didn't take good care of it, then I would haunt them. The next question is, I would give up pizza for a year if it meant I could sit next to this author on a long plane ride. For anyone who knows me, that's a huge deal, because I love pizza and I have it once a week. So this is going pretty far, but I would have to say Neil Gaiman, no question, because he's one of my favorite authors. I would ask him a million questions about writing, and I would probably scare him because I would be trying to hug him and telling him how much I love him. And I would definitely ask him if he could read to me, specifically his book Stardust, because it's just such a beautiful fairy tale, and he just has such a soothing and incredible accent that I would hope that he would get through the entire book on this extremely long plane ride. The next question is, I would sit through 1,000 hours of commercials if it would ensure that Hollywood made this book into a movie. I'm gonna have to go with a recent read, which is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I just fell in love with this book from page one, and just the imagery of the fairy realm, I think would be absolutely breathtaking on film, even if they didn't do the movie very well, which would be awful. I think it would still be just absolutely gorgeous to watch, and I would absolutely spend hours and hours watching commercials if I could just see this story come to life. The next question is, I would let my Google search history be made public if it meant I could be best friends with this author. And for me, that's absolutely Victoria Schwab. She is so awesome, and we would totally hang out and eat cupcakes together, and she would let me visit her in Scotland, and she would maybe tell me things that were going to happen in the next book and also the next archived book, because we would be best friends and I wouldn't tell anyone, and she would totally trust me with those secrets. I would never read a new book again if it meant I could live inside this book. Oh, besides Hogwarts, I made this really challenging for myself. Lord of the Rings again. And the last question is, I would donate everything I own to Goodwill if it meant I could date this book character in real life. This is really hard, and I almost want to say no one, I wouldn't do that to date anyone, but the closest that I would come would be for Etienne St. Clair in Anna and the French Kiss, because he is incredible and he just seems like such a good boyfriend, and I love him so much. So he would be my first choice if I was willing to do this. So that is it for the Extraordinary Means tag. I'm going to tag some other people down below, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye! This is really hard, and I skipped a question. Oh, yeek. We'll have to put this one in before. Okay. Oops.